Ooh. Well, I've been in my brain is also just, I've been MIA for a couple days. You might be thinking, Gabby said she was gonna go MIA because she was gonna get so much stuff done. I wish that was the reason I went MIA. I actually got sick. The last vlog was my birthday vlog, and at that, like the evening, I was talking about how I was starting to not feel good. It has just snowballed from there. It started out with like throat tightness, and I was like, ooh, that's weird. And then it went into like throat pain and nausea and upset stomach, and then I threw up some, and I was like, what is happening? So yesterday I went to the doctor and they tested me for a couple different things. I took 2 really short clips while I was there. I've never had a COVID test done by a medical professional before. I'm pretty positive she swabbed my brain. They just did COVID, flu, and strep to see if I have any of those. I think it's just strep, but also with the strep test, I couldn't relax my tongue, and she finally just jammed it in the back of my throat. So my eyes are watering from all that. So they tested me for all of those things. They tested me for those 3 things, and then I met with the doctor, and she said that all of those tests came back negative. And then she did an exam on me to make sure that I didn't have RSV and that I didn't have meningitis. And I don't have either of those. So she was like, I'm really not sure what you have, but I'm gonna put you on amoxicillin for the next 7 to 10 days to see if we can knock whatever it is out. So that's where I'm currently at now. Luca doesn't seem to be running a fever or anything. Oh, that's the other thing. I've been running a fever. So I've been checking Luca's temperature nonstop because I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't get whatever this is, because throat part and the nausea is the worst part. It is Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day. Kevin works tonight and he works tomorrow night teaching. So we won't see him pretty much until like Friday. He has this weekend off. So I'm hoping that by Friday I've had enough doses of amoxicillin that it started to like fix me, essentially, because I feel like, I know that when your body's like trying to fight something off, you need to get as much rest as you can. That's hard when you have a baby. So during his first naps, I've been laying down in my own bed and I've been napping while he naps, which I think has helped quite a bit. But then the rest of the day, I just have no energy. I'm nauseous. I can barely eat anything. I'm not really able to do much like I've been wanting to do, which sucks. I didn't get to go to Disney with Alicia and Jay, which sucked. I haven't been able to work on the entertainment center anymore. I haven't been able to pack anything else. And yesterday we got a walkthrough date with our contractor. So it is coming up very quickly. And I'm like, if a bunch of those things that was on our punch list, like he picked up on and got fixed, because we haven't seen the house in like 2 weeks. If all that stuff has been fixed, then essentially it would be a short punch list. They would fix a couple things that we have on our punch list, and then we would be able to move in. Sorry, I just sneezed, which is new. I haven't been sneezy. So I'm like panicking a little bit, because I'm like, now that we have not a move-in date, but we have a like walkthrough date with our contractor, and like move-in date shouldn't be far behind that, and I haven't been able to do anything for what feels like a freaking week. It hasn't been a week, but it feels like it. It's only been like 4 days, but it feels like an eternity of not being able to do anything, not being able to eat. That's where I'm at now. That's where I've been. Homesick. going to the doctor for them to tell me that they don't know what is wrong with me, which is like 99% of the time when I go to the doctor, they tell me that. So I don't know why I was shocked this time when they were like, yeah, everything came back negative. If you've been around for a while, then you know I had liver issues back in the day where my liver was like on the verge of failing and they couldn't figure out why. I'm like a medical phenomenon and it's annoying. I do have white patches on my tonsils, like in the back of my throat, and my tonsils are swollen just on this side. I thought it was strep, but not really sure since my strep came back negative. But anyhow, yep, I'm just trying to manage at home until Friday, and then Kevin is supposed to be home with us all weekend. Hi. It's almost at Saturday. It's definitely Friday. I finally got a table tripod. It's so exciting. As you can tell, I'm still not feeling great, but I'm hoping that I can vlog today. We'll see how it goes. My voice is weird, so don't mind that. I can't figure out if it's going to be deep or like what it's gonna do, cut it in out. So disregard that. But we're here. We're back. Kevin is finally home, so that's really exciting. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my makeup today. I don't know if I'm gonna just put on moisturizer or if I'm actually gonna try to get ready. If I get ready, I mean like my mom get ready routine, just to like feel something today. So Kevin is, I don't think his job is done with the shutdown that he was working, which if you don't know anything about like electrical stuff, every once in a while, like once a year or a couple times a year depending on the plant, they have like these times where the plant is kind of like either only working on like a certain percentage and it's time to like update stuff, work on things yearly, and it just always usually happens to fall in February, which I don't think for the past like 5 years that we've been together, I don't think it ever fell on my birthday that I remember, but I could be wrong. I also feel like this year it's just going on forever. Anyhow, he wrapped up having to work there. My throat, y'all, is so swollen. I went to the doctor because I was like, please help me. Y'all are crooked too on top of this. So I got a new little table tripod and it's gonna take me some time to get used to it. But anyhow, I went to the doctor and y'all are falling now. What the heck? There we go. Okay. I went to the doctor and I was like, please help me. I do not feel good. They were like, okay, yeah, no problem. Have you taken a COVID test? And I was like, I think I am gonna get a little tip put together today. I said, no, I have not taken a COVID test because I don't think it's COVID. Though I know like COVID keeps coming out with new strains. There's like new symptoms and stuff all the time. So I'm like, it could be COVID, but I don't feel like it's COVID. I feel like it's strep throat. And then I let them know that I was able to like take a photo of my throat a couple days or the day before I called them to try to get an appointment. And this whole thing has been like a hullabaloo. So, little story time, get ready with me. So, when I called them to try to get an appointment, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get in because I hadn't been to my doctor since before I had Luca, because once Are y'all okay? Okay, I think I had you guys in there wrong. Like I said, this is gonna take some time to get used to. Okay, I think you're in there good now. Anyhow, I hadn't been to this doctor since before I got pregnant with Luca, because once I got pregnant with Luca, any of my issues I had, I just went to my OB and they treated me. So, I got a letter from my family doctor that I used to go to all the time. She was like, I'm leaving the country. I'm going to another country to live. And I was like, Meredith, I love you. Don't leave. Anyhow, she left. And at that point I was like, okay, well, I've been so healthy and I haven't had to go to the doctor, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Like, I'll cross that bridge when I need to try to figure out what I have to do, like doctor wise. Well, that bridge came, and it was time to cross it this week. So I call and I'm like, hey, my doctor was Meredith and I know she left the country and I need to be seen. Please help me. So they were like, we can get you in with the new doctor that kind of like took her place, but you're gonna be considered a new patient. And I was like, okay. So anyhow, they were able to like override it in the system, and I wasn't considered a new patient. I was considered like an existing patient, but that I had to have like an extension or something, an extension existing patient. I don't know. Anyhow, so I was able to get in, and when I got there, they were like, we're gonna test you for COVID, we're gonna test you for the flu, and we're gonna test you for strep because that's what you think you have. And I was like, okay. So I get there, they take my temperature, and they're like, you're running a fever. Have you been taking your temperature at home? I said, I have, and I haven't been running a fever, but now I'm wondering if my at-home thermometer is messed up. So come to find out, I think it was. So anyhow, she's like, to test for strep, you know, we have to swab your throat. And I was like, I know, I am so flaky, just dry. She was like, we have to swab your throat. And I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for how hard this is gonna be. I do not do well with getting my throat swabbed. Hold on. Okay, I had to do my eyebrows really quick. So anyhow, I apologize for her having to battle my tongue trying to get my sample of the back of my throat. And she was like, she was kind of rude, honestly. At first, she was like, oh yeah, no issue. Then she tried to take my sample a few times, and I can't help it. It's like a reflex of my tongue to like lift up and like block her. And she was like, you just have to relax. I was like trying to tell a person who's trying to get pregnant, just relax. And like, as soon as you relax, you'll get pregnant. Like, that, you can't relax. So anyhow, she finally got my throat swab, right? And then she tested me for COVID, which I have never been tested. I think I have an eyelash in my eye all of a sudden or something. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye. I've never been tested for COVID by an actual medical professional. I've always tested myself, like using the at-home things. They literally swab your brain at the doctor's office. So she swabbed my brain, she swabbed my throat, and I guess the COVID test was also able to do the flu. So all those came back negative, and my doctor was like, weird. I was like, super weird, because I really thought I had strep. So then my doctor checked me for RSV, which is scary as hell because I have a baby. And then she also checked me for, like screened me for meningitis, but she said she didn't think that I had meningitis, which thank God, because like that's a spinal tap you have to do, like yeah. And that sounds terrifying and scary. Fun fact, Luca had a spinal tap to see if he had meningitis, like he was like 2 weeks old, maybe a week old. Terrifying and like scary. Anyhow, so she was like, I'm just gonna give you amoxicillin. I let her know I was breastfeeding. She said it was safe. So she's like, I'm gonna give you amoxicillin. We're gonna try to treat it like it is strep. And if you want, we can send the sample off to get it cultured. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that way, she said we could see if it's any other like infection. And I was like, okay, that's smart. Let's do that. Thinking she could send the swab that they had already swabbed. I did not know they had to swab again. So then she left and the nurse came back in and the nurse was like, hey. And I was like, I apologize again. And the nurse was frustrated. And so she swabbed me, or she tried to swab me again. I'm not even sure she got my tonsils the second time, but I was so gaggy and over it that I was just like, it's good, I'm leaving. So I'm not sure that culture is going to come back with anything, but I'm going to wait and hear about that. I should be hearing about that maybe Monday or Tuesday if it popped with anything, but by that time I'll be on amoxicillin for almost a week. And she said that I only had to take it for 7 to 10 days. So if I started feeling better at 7 days and my symptoms went away, I could stop. Or if I still had symptoms at 7 days, to extend it to the 10 days. So they gave me enough pills for that amount of time. But anyhow, I've just been home sick, trying to recover, trying to take care of Luca, and Kevin's been working 24/7. So I've had no help. Now, before I talk to you guys, I let you know that my grandma fell. I think that's where I got whatever this is from, because we went to the hospital and I think I picked up something from the hospital, which is makes me irate, because I'm like, did I pick something up from someone being sick at the hospital, or did someone take it upon themselves to visit somebody at the hospital while they were sick and then infected other people? So anyhow, I'm annoyed that I got sick, and that's the only place that I could have gotten it from, essentially. So I'm frustrated with that. But how I actually found out that my grandma had fallen and was in the hospital was I had unblocked my mom like a week before. I just had this weird feeling that I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna unblock her and see what happens, see if she wants to reach out, talk, or anything like that, like putting the ball kind of in her court without her letting her know it was in her court. And the day that I was filming the Easter decor video, my phone rang and it was my mom, and I was like, interesting. Anyhow, it was her telling me that my grandma had fallen and was in the hospital. So we ended up talking for a little bit on the phone. She updated me on my grandma, and then I ended up packing Luca up that day, and we went up to the hospital, and I saw my mom for a couple hours while we were up there. So since then, my mom and I have been talking again, and she came over the day that I had to go to the doctor's office so she could sit in the car with Luca and I didn't have to take him in. Is that good enough for eyelashes? It's good enough. And we've just been talking on and off since then. So I wouldn't say that things are like back to normal between us, but things are a little better. So she's been helping me out here and there if I need anything, which has been nice. So I'm trying to think any other updates of like thing. I didn't go to Disney with Alicia, but if you want to check out Alicia's vlog, her and Jay had a great time without me. Her Disney vlog is up. I didn't work on the cabinet while I've been MIA. I've had no energy. I've been running a fever. Today is like the first day that I woke up and I didn't have a fever. I've been taking Tylenol to keep my fever down, but also to try to help with my throat, like throat pain, The weird thing is it's like not on both sides, it's all on my left side. So I don't know what's going on with that. But that's my current update. We got a walkthrough date for the house. I haven't seen the house in over 2 weeks now. So we got a walkthrough date with our contractor for this coming Friday. So a week from today. So after Luca's first nap, we're going to head out there and do a walkthrough, me and Kevin, and go ahead and make a small list of what we see that needs to be fixed, that we don't think will be fixed by the time we do our final walkthrough with the contractor. So we'll already have a little list going. We're going to take the inspector's list and look at that. So the house is moving along and we're definitely getting close to moving in, which, like I said, this is just the shit, like the worst time for me to get sick, because this would have been a great week to have stayed on that schedule of packing and working on the entertainment center. The primer that I ordered for the entertainment center that I said was supposed to be here last Sunday, I guess it blew up in transit. So I'm sorry if anybody else got stuff in the same delivery that my primer was supposed to be on, because I guess it exploded or something, because they sent it back to the sender. They said that it broke. So my primer's no longer coming. So I'm gonna have to find a different primer, because I feel like it's just gonna keep happening if I order that same one over and over again. I did see that in the reviews for the primer that happened to other people. And what's annoying is it's a primer that you can't get at like Lowe's and Home Depot. I don't know why. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do primer wise. But I'm also nowhere near needing primer right now. I still have to do the chemical wash, and then I also have to do the stripper. So, like I said, nowhere currently near primer. So anyhow, come with us today. It might be a long vlog. It might be a short vlog. I don't know. I'm sorry that I just chatted for probably 20 freaking minutes about me being sick, but welcome to the shit show. Kevin said as he feels like Tara's not gonna front pee on it. Hold on. So this is like a new and improved lip that they added to it. So hopefully it's going to keep, I guess cats were peeing out of it, which if this lip wasn't on it, Tara would definitely pee out of it, because she's very like a go in and just pee kind of cat. So hoping that she's not gonna piss out the front of it. Wow, they really set this one up for you to just plug in and go, because the other one you had to put together. Mm-hmm. I had to do it last time. It was like a whole dome configuration, so.
New feeder and new litter.
Yeah, I didn't tell them our feeder robot died too.
Whoa.
Our feeder robot, the motor on it gave way and it just died. So thankfully we had a backup one, which I think I told you guys about before I got sick, how I had bought the 3-year warranty on this because the customer service for the feeder robot issue that we had was so good. So we're now using the new feeder robot, and now we have a new, I think that lip is going to be good enough for them to get in. I don't think they're going to need a stair piece for it.
That was going to be. But
it's like not as big in general as I thought it was going to be, but I think it's going to be good. I'm interested to put it next to the old one and really see the difference. I went ahead and pulled the old one out and vacuumed the spot so this one can just go right in and plug in.
Oh, more tape.
Yeah, I'm glad we went ahead and did all this out here because that tape is loud. Luca's rolling around in his crib talking to himself, deciding that he's not wanting to go to sleep right now. He'll eventually fall asleep. Let's move it into the house. It's the face of a very excited cat mom. Oh yeah, the difference.
I feel like that one's just bulkier because of plastic.
Yeah, it's got more layers.
I mean, onion.
Like a cat poop onion. Toodaloo. Oh, Jesus. No. Goodbye, I won't miss you. We're in the car. Luca has eaten his lunch. I had a little something since my microphone never wants to freaking work. In like a beautiful, loving, pick up me speaking kind of way, I'm gonna hold mine for the time being, especially because my shirt is just so low. Anyhow, so I told them we have a walkthrough date.
Okay.
So, what are you looking forward to today? This will be the last time that we go before our walkthrough.
Well, we haven't seen our sod in person.
Right.
So I want to see that. I'm curious to see if the electricians came out and actually put our sump pump electrical on a post coming from the house. So that way we have septic, working septic. Curious if they put a carpet in.
Can you turn the air up just a titty tad? Thanks. I'm also curious if the carpet is in. I'm curious if our shower surround glass has been put in.
I wonder if the...
Whoa. Hello. Side of the road.
I wonder if the painters have been there.
I'm assuming that when we get there today, it's going to look like a almost fully ready to move in house, minus it won't be cleaned. I think after we approve the final walkthrough and everything, I think that's when he calls the cleaners in. So I'm not expecting it to be cleaned yet.
I'm not approving the final walkthrough if that tub is disgusting like it is.
Yeah, because it's going to be hard to see if it's scratched or if there's an issue with it, with how it looks.
Right. The house needs to be cleaned before our final walkthrough. So we can see.
And yeah, okay, maybe. Because in my head, I'm just like, if he goes ahead and he has the house cleaned before the final walkthrough, and then we have to have trades come back in to fix things, to me, the house would just get dirty again.
Right, but at least they've cleaned stuff so we can see cracked tiles or
I gotcha. Yeah.
Scratched bathtub, or
that's true.
The floors still have all the paper on it, so the paper should be pulled up so we can see the floors. There may be gaps in the floors.
Yeah, we haven't seen our floor in the main living area without the paper on it. So that's something that we have to look at.
I'm curious to see
tile issues in the shower, like that missing piece of tile.
I'm curious to see what kind of drainage the sod guy did for us to drain the water from the front of our house.
Yeah, I'm also curious about that. So it should be a big difference. Like I said, we haven't been there in 2 weeks. So a lot of finalization work should have happened in those 2 weeks.
Ooh, cabinet guys.
What about the cabinet, guys?
What
If the
the
cabinets have
cabinet-
been fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also curious about that.
Mm.
We're gonna twiddle on to the new house and check it out.
House looks painted.
Yeah, it does. Oh, the front beams look good. The color that I
What the fuck
chose.
is that?
What?
Somebody dropped a pallet off or something right here at the front of our house.
Oh. I'll spill it. My beam color that I chose looks pretty alright from up here. Oh yeah, the house looks much better now that it's been repainted.
Our water's still there.
Lakefront property up in the value. Our makeshift garage is also still there. I see lights on in the kitchen. That's why our bill is so high. Poles. Painted brown now. We now have screens on our windows. That's exciting.
They painted all of the concrete,
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's a choice.
including our sod.
That's... Oh, I see that.
They painted the meter can to be all one color, and remember it was all
Looks
like
better, yeah. Oh, they did paint our back beams brown.
Yep.
I was wondering about that. This sod is so patchy. Oh, okay. That's a...
What the crap?
Wow, it feels so much more open.
Carpet's in.
Feels so much more open in here with the front windows. Wow. Carpet's in. Has been cleaned. Our mirrors in. Our mirrors in here are in. Oh, our shower is in. Okay, hold on. The mirrors in here are like textured. I don't know if you guys can see that. Luca is gonna be so loud. So, yesterday wasn't a full day of vlogging like I thought it was going to be. After we got home from the house, after we got to the back to the rental, also don't mind I just packed like 5 boxes in my office and found these and put them on because I was like, oh, I bet Luca will think they're silly. And then I started wearing them and I was like, actually, they're very comfortable to hold my bangs back. So now I've just been wearing them. Yeah, I just packed a poop ton. I can show you guys our front room now. We've got more boxes stacked up. And so I'll just tell you guys something else. I didn't vlog anymore yesterday after we got back from the rental because I started to feel really, really bad. And I just kind of like shut down. So Luca's down for his second nap. He's crying and rolling around in the crib right now, even though I know he's tired. But I got a box of breakable stuff. Hold on. I got a box of breakable stuff packed. I got a box of stuff, more stuff for the garage sale. Now our front area is looking like this. And my office is now looking like this. No more clothes there, barely any clothes here. I got a decent amount of this packed up. My pins are packed up and this stuff. so cute. Anyhow, I like accidentally rubbed up against the stuff a few times above where my gloves hit, so I just went in and washed all the way up my arms just to make sure that it was gonna be okay and not on my skin. But I've got everything wiped down now. I used this stuff called TSP PF. I can put like a photo of it on the screen. I don't want to grab it right now. And you just mix it with 2 gallons of warm water and then 1/4 of a cup of the crystals. Mix it together, let it like dissolve, and then wipe your furniture down with it. It says that sometimes, I guess depending on how grimy the furniture is, it needs 2 cleanings, but I think because of how many steps I've done with the furniture prepping it, it shouldn't need 2. So I'm just gonna do the 1 cleaning. But all the furniture now is done, so now I think I have to let this like dry, and then I think my next step is the liquid sandpaper, which I need to read and see how exactly to do that. All right, I just read how to use the liquid sandpaper, and I think I just got a pain in my throat. Oh my God, it just went all the way from my throat to my ear. Yuck. I think my plan for it is tomorrow I want to come out here and try to use the actual sander and get the tops sanded down the best I can before I do the liquid sandpaper, so then the tops are like done and sanded and Kevin can be hanging out with Luca. Possibly. I'll have to see what his plans for tomorrow are. And then I can use the liquid sandpaper as long as I'm feeling up to it this coming week, because I feel like we're becoming pressed on time with our walkthrough this Friday. I don't know if I told you guys that our builder also released the certificate of occupancy to our bank, and our bank let us know, but there's code violations at our house right now, so it's definitely not ready to be occupied. The bank was telling us that if there is code violations, that that our insurance company could come in. I look bald. I look like a damn egg. Our insurance company could come in and do an inspection, and if they found the code violations, drop our insurance, like drop our homeowner's insurance. So you also just don't want to accept a house with code violations, and there's a whole list of other things that we want fixed. So I still think we are maybe a week or 2 from the walkthrough out, but this whole me being sick thing has really thrown a kink in everything because I haven't been able to do shit.
One, two, three. That kind of hurt.
No, the fun stopped.
Whoop. 1, 2, 3. Whee! Am I in your way? You're getting better at that.
Quick.
You're getting better at that. Yeah.